public discourse. Saudi Arabian government, far right, influence activist groups. We know that foreign governments are actively engaging in the public debates in Western democracies around the world. We absolutely know that is happening. We know the Russian government is doing it actively, the Chinese government is doing it actively, the Saudi Arabian government is doing it actively. We know activist groups are campaigning, obviously, in countries around the world. It is highly likely that there are environmental groups in the United States, for example, engaged in the debate we're having in Canada about pipelines. That is probably happening. We probably see activity from the far right in the United States engaging in our public discourse. So again, I think we need to think carefully about whether that is a good or bad thing. But at the very least, we should be bringing transparency to it. So we should know who is doing it and with what kind of funds and reaching what people. If we don't do that, then we as individuals just do not know how our thoughts and beliefs and behavior are being influenced by these what are incredibly sophisticated tools. If I'm an advertiser and I want to influence the behavior of somebody, I have access to this truly remarkable tool of an AI analyzing the data of people's lives, their behavior online and offline, and figuring out what kinds of messages can influence the behavior of that person. That is an incredibly powerful thing, and we need to figure out how to hold it accountable. There's some relatively easy things we can do to at least bring transparency to this model. We can impose much more strict ad transparency regulation, for example, where I as an individual would know, and we as a society would know in aggregate across our citizens who is being targeted for what micro-targeting criteria are being used, how an AI that targeted that information is coming up with its decision to target us, and where that targeting is coming from. Where in the world are people trying to influence us, and with what kind of money, right? So we can bring sunlight to that entire market. We do it to a certain degree with the broadcast advertising world. We haven't touched it really in the digital space, and it's time we do that.